Leah, 4-0 home win followed by that 2-1 defeat at Preston. I suppose one of your messages now must be consistency, starting with a win on Saturday.
Yes, of course, but you can never guarantee the win. Obviously, the performance is important. And I thought our performance was very good at Preston. I thought it was excellent, as we saw against Sheffield Wednesday. And second half, we were fantastic against Preston. What we can't legislate for ever is the individual errors and the poor goals that we conceded. And that's sometimes the byproduct of having quite a young group. You know, we do make the odd mistakes like that, and we have to make sure we score goals. We've had 5 unbelievable chances to kill the game, if you like, even at 1-0 down against Preston. They're a good side as well, a very good side, so we must take that into account. And no game's easy. We've got a game Saturday. If we played the same football as we did in the last 2 games, I'd take that now, because I believe that we will get on the end of things.
Burton Albion, you drew with them last time out. A win for either side this time around is so important. It's tight at the top as it is at the bottom.
Yeah, this is a business end of the season, isn't it? And it's difficult games for everybody, and yet there's always some surprises. You know, top of the table getting beat by bottom of the table. It's good that this year we're fighting at the top end of the table rather than the bottom end, and it's a different type of pressure, but one that the boys have got to enjoy and relish. And I think we're getting stronger. Obviously, defensively, there'll have to be changes with the issues that we've got as far as the suspensions, Joe Bryan and Aidan Flint. But it's a challenge. Who knows? I might create something crazy, a new formation. I don't know.
Yeah, are you confident in the boys, who are going to have to step up to fill those shoes?
Not really, because I've just had to re-register McAllister, so he's playing. Yeah, of course I am, and we have to be. We have to believe in our players. It's up to them. Listen, we saw Maggie made the mistake. There's no hiding behind that. Lloyd Kelly's been chomping at the bit, knocking on my door every other day, saying, "When's my start coming?" Baker, obviously there's an opportunity. Can we get him fit and fit in time? We'll see how he is tomorrow. Eros, we rested on purpose for this game. So yeah, we got options. I like it when people start to doubt us, because it means we're the underdog, and probably better as the underdog sometimes.
But Albion, they have struggled this season, but do you believe Nigel Clough is the right man to steer them away?
I always think Nigel Clough is the right man, and I think he's a very good manager. Obviously I played under him myself. He's got an unbelievably difficult task there because of their resources, and the Championship is a real big boys league now. For them to sort of survive last year with the squad that they had, and look at how well they've done in the loan market. You know, they've got some real good experience, and it's almost the group that nobody else wanted, if you like, that have been good players. And when I mean people didn't want them, I don't mean that because they're bad players. I mean because it's unfashionable to sign players at sort of 31, 32. But they've got a good spirit there, and a lot of these players that they've got have got a lot more experience than our players, for example. And it's up to us to make sure, as always, that we impose our strengths on their weaknesses.
Earlier on this week, you watched the under-23s beat Charlton Athletic 2-1. Milan Djuric and Jens Hegler were among those involved. What did you make of their performances?
It was a really good game. It's a great goal from Corley Woodrow. I thought some of the young lads done superbly well. Opie Edwards scored a great goal. Not often do you get the intensity that game was played at, so credit to both teams. But it was obviously good to get Milan 30 minutes, and I thought he'd done all right, looked mobile, should have scored. The keeper made a great save. Jens, the same. Do you know what I mean? He's very early on into their injuries, if you like, into their comeback, should I say. But both showed signs of what they can do, and it's just a case of chipping away. We've arranged another game against the weekly game against Cheltenham on next Tuesday, and there'll be a few that will be able to top up their minutes in that as well.
Brilliant. You mentioned Nathan Baker's he may be struggling for fitness. You'll see how that goes. Any other injury news you can tell us ahead of Burton?
We did have a few niggles and knocks. Famara, as you see, got quite a bad one on the ankle. Going to put Pisano on at 70 minutes into the game, and he warmed up and it didn't feel quite right, so it wasn't worth the risk. He needed the extra a couple of days for that one. So yeah, I think you can either be a victim or a fighter in this type of scenario. Do you know what I mean? And that's up to the players, the fans, myself to enjoy it. You know, it's a 10-game running now, and we do everything we can to put smiles on people's faces and give us the best opportunity.
I should just end on the note that it's a sellout away end on Saturday as well.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I thought there'd be a few more, if I'm honest, at Preston. I know it's a difficult scenario to get to, and by the way, the people that went, unbelievable, beyond the call of duty, because coming back, that was horrendous. I think the M5 was shut in about 5 places. So massive credit to everybody that went. But I did expect a few more. Probably they're saving themselves a Saturday game due to circumstances. And no, I'm looking forward to the noise that they can make. And do you know what I mean? It'd be good to get a win, or do everything we can to get a win away from home, even though it's going to be a really tough game against a side with great spirit and good individuals.